can see what's going on.
If the power goes out, you've got 10 minutes to stabilize. Power's out. This isn't a gear review. This is a 10-minute protocol. We set lights without turning into a silhouette. Lock in info and comms, and move with a purpose. Then we sustain. Phone, radio, lights. Phase 2 is recovery and rooftop solar. I'm gonna show you how to stay ready during a blackout. Okay, the power just went out, you're home. Now what? This is the 10-minute blackout protocol, urban apartment edition. Timer runs while I move. I pause it only to explain the checkpoints. The goal isn't comfort, it's control. By minute 10, lights are set, info and comms are set, security set, and sustain started. Once we're stabilized, then we go to phase 2. Timer's paused. First priority, light without advertising yourself. I'm running one work light and one area light. I'm not a silhouette and I'm not advertising myself. Let's keep it moving. Information matters, but battery bleeding kills plans. So before I do anything, I kill the brightness. Low power mode on, because I'm not donating my battery to anxiety. Calls lie in outages. Texts get through. One message to the neighbor. You okay? Any info? That's it. No 20-thread group chat, no scrolling to fear. Then radio, because if the network goes sideways, I'm not guessing, I'm listening. Okay, timer paused. Second priority, comms and information. So, calls lie, texts sneak through. I'm going battery discipline and text first. So, brightness down, low power mode. I'm not doom scrolling till I'm at 0%. Then, I send out one message to someone else in the building I know, asking if they're good and if there's any other information. Then, I listen on the radios and keep it pushing. Let's get back in. So this is where people fail. The power goes out and people turn into the hallway Dora Explorer. Door open, lights on, asking strangers what's happening like it's a block party. Not me. Shoes staged at the door, so I'm not barefoot and confused. Keys staged, so I'm not fumbling like an amateur. Peephole check, listen first. Then I step out. Scan the hallway. Everything looks good, and then I commit to the stairwell. No elevators, ever. In a blackout, they don't take you down, they keep you in. All right, now we've got our light secured, we've secured our surroundings. Now it's time to make sure all of our gear can stay charged up. This is the nerdy part. So I've got a couple lanterns set up, and let's go over the stuff that we can recharge and with what. So first of all, if you have a power bank, this is just a normal Anchor power bank. I think these go for like 80 bucks. You can charge your radios. You can charge your phone. You can charge your flashlights if they're USB chargeable. Next priority is sustain, power management. This is the hub, a compact power bank and a dedicated pouch of cords. 2 USB-A ports and a USB-C means I can run priorities in parallel. Phone gets powered first because comms is life. Charging confirmed. Then the flashlight, USB rechargeable, back on the charger. Same system, same standard cable, no drama. But if you need to charge bigger items, like a laptop or a Wi-Fi router, you might want more capacity, and that's where this jumps in. All right, this is the final boss setup. The AFERY P180 power station, 1800 watts. If you can afford a real power station, this is the cleanest way to stay stable in a blackout. Phone goes on USB first, comms stay alive. Next, the Baofeng UV5R on USB because information is leverage. Now we jump to the wall outlets. Flashlight battery charger, so rechargeables keep cycling instead of my lights dying. MacBook gets a lane because power is productivity. And this one matters more than people think. Router in, green light, local internet and connectivity back online. Now watch the draw. I'm only pulling about 63 watts with roughly 11 hours of runway. Okay, timer paused. Priority number 4, sustain. Now, this is where a lot of people get cute and they start charging nonsense. My charging stack is simple.
Phone first, lights second, rechargeables third. Now, if you have a big old power station like this, you're already ahead of the game. This is what we call an accelerator. And if not, you can still get a simple power bank like this and still win the first 10 minutes.
If this outage stretches past tonight, power isn't the whole game. You need water, food, and a safe way to cook it.
Okay, so for the long haul, because if this isn't just a 6-hour outage, your apartment is gonna start turning into a slow problem. And at hour 24, you're really gonna hope you had a backup plan. So here it is. Do you have food you can actually eat, like for a sustained amount of time, not just today? What happens when your fridge goes out? Also, do you have a way to cook that food in your house safely without having to travel out and turn yourself into a headline? And do you have water, actual drinking water, not I'll figure it out water? Also, if someone gets sick, if someone gets hurt, if someone does something stupid, do you have a way to make them or yourself better? Now we go to phase 2, recovery. Because if this thing lasts longer, you don't want to spend the entire night watching your battery die.
Phase 2 is recovery. Because recovery is what keeps you from sitting in the dark and watching your battery die. Quick recap. We already handled light without backlighting ourselves. We got into info and communications, and we locked down our security while also learning how to sustain. Now we refill. That's why I'm up on the roof, because daylight is the only generator most people actually have access to in a building during a blackout. So this is the feature, the AFERY P180 power station. Thank you, AFERY, for sending me this. Think of this like a home outlet you can carry. Inside the pocket, you see I've got USB ports and a USB-C. So yeah, you can charge devices straight from the panel without the power bank. But the real move is plugging it into the P180, because now you're storing daylight and using it later, quietly. And I'll keep it real, the 200 watts is best case number. Clouds, heat, angle, real life changes that input. So the goal isn't perfection, the goal is momentum. Then it's pack up time. Fold the panel, grab the station, and you're mobile again. Full transparency. AFERY sent this to me for an affiliate collab, so props to them, because this is exactly where it fits in the protocol. Stabilize first, then rebuild capacity.
All right, lights, check. Info, check. Security, check. Comms, check. Sustain, check. Sounds like we're stabilized. First 10 minutes, success. Now, if you steal one thing from this video, don't panic, don't wander, and don't backlight yourself. Now, boots on concrete. We're testing the gear and we're testing the first 10 minutes. Stay sharp, stay steady, and like always, stay ready.